Oh, here we are. Wednesday, midday, midweek. Don't know what it's like at your place, but at my place, no, can't quite see the end of the paddock. So the fog's down quite heavily here, but hey, I'm above ground. That's the important thing. Still breathing and able to be here with you today. And I hope there's many of you in the same boat who are alive and well and kicking. Had the misfortune, no, the the task of going to the funeral of Colonel Ross Mill on Monday, doing the OD for his funeral service. And yeah, not an easy task, not an easy task. So there you go. These things happen, and we just have to shoulder them and carry on. So that's how it is. So there we go. For today, we start with a little bit of a follow-on from last week. So last week we had Ohakea and the government's decision to not spend $200 million on upgrading the infrastructure in relation to the Poseidons coming and going, the strengthening of aprons, accommodation and all that sort of stuff. And then yesterday I read that Wairau is going to be the recipient of $490 million worth of accommodation rebuilds and new builds over 25 years. So I think that's pretty outstanding. You have to pat the government on the back for that. That's wonderful. Anybody who spent time in Wairau, certainly in some of those older properties, would welcome an upgrade, double glazing, and some of the gaps in the floor perhaps being filled, underfloor insulation in the walls and ceilings, making them a lot more pleasant to live in if you're posted to that place. The problem I see, and you can correct me because, we've all got an opinion, that funding has to last for the full 25 years of the project, which means about 7 or 8 changes of government. Now, last week, we saw the current government canning $200 worth of approved expenditure for Ohakea. And now they're talking about a 25-year project and $490 million. Will it last? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine whether it'll get there. So it'll be a matter of 25 years. Well, I might still be here to see the end of it. I don't know about you, but that might be the case. Anyway, Frank, my erstwhile companion, has offered his apologies. He's had a medical appointment this morning, and that's earlier on, and he hasn't quite made it back in time to be engaged here today. So there you go. Life gets in the way of whatever you want to do. The second point today relates to the government. A little bit interesting from my perspective. I recall Minister Pent saying 2 things about Veterans Affairs, where he is the minister. One was that we can do better for veterans. Now, I've heard that before. I heard that from Henny Panari, and I'm not sure Mika Faituri said the same thing. We can do better. Well, that's good, but I've even heard it reference to the UK forces. I think I put an article up a couple of weeks ago where it was the same language. We can do better. Well, I'm sorry, but for those who are in need, who have the need of services from Veterans Affairs, who are getting turned down, who are being delayed for whatever reason, whether it's getting medical reports or other documentation to support the claim, whatever it is, doing better, or just trying to say that or saying that and not explaining how you're going to do better, how it's going to be improved. Kind of hollow words, really, from my end of the reception. Not good. And the other thing about Veterans Affairs was the minister was going to tighten up or provide a clear definition of what is a veteran. Now, I think back under Minister Ron Mark's time in office as the Minister of Veterans Affairs, the Veterans Advisory Board came up with a report, submitted it, I think, back in whenever it was, quite a few years back now, and nothing actually has transpired since. So one has to wonder, is there any real commitment to the veteran community? Is there any real commitment to changing the definition of a veteran to allow more people who have served, operationally or not, to access compensation and medical benefits through Veterans Affairs? Well, I think the stumbling block at Ron Mark's time was the fact that it was going to cost $144 million additional expenditure. So in this current era, I think it would be not a good move by the minister to adopt the same view of having everyone who has signed on the dotted line becoming a veteran, especially with those kind of figures when the cost cutting is going on right throughout the government. Every branch is being pared down. People are being having their employment terminated, and spending is being reduced. So don't hold your breath that within this period of government, we're going to see a clear definition of a veteran being presented, and don't expect it to include everybody who served being able to access funding from Veterans Affairs for injuries and illnesses suffered while in service, whether operational or not. Now, I know that the RNZ-RSA are busy looking at the Veterans Support Act 2014 and its amendments and various parts that maybe aren't good, detrimental to some people, some groups, and not to others. So any work done in that regard is a bonus, but it would be nice to hear from them as to how that's progressing and what the future is going to look like. But watch this space. I'm sure something will come along. So something else that's popped into my, if I keep looking out, it's just because I'm checking what I have to say. So I received an email in my inbox the other day, and it was a little notification with a picture of someone who was wearing a Southeast Asian veteran pocket on his blazer, attending a seminar with some medals, and there was a discussion around whether or not those medals had been awarded or whether some of them had been created. Now, I don't know the ins and outs. I haven't seen the medals concerned. I don't know where it took place. It was just someone was photographed at a seminar wearing perhaps medals that they weren't entitled to. And it's not a good look. I've been held to account, so that's fine. I have no problems with that. In this day and age, when everybody's got a camera on the end of their phone, if you're prone to doing that sort of thing, then you're going to be found out and held to account. Of course, it also begs the question of the lifestyle of those who are doing the holding to account. Think about that. There you go. So we'll move on to the last post, and there's quite a few today, so bear with me. The Navy seem to have lost a few over the week. First one, NZ 15066, Claxton, Charles William, known as Charlie, Royal New Zealand Navy, EM1, passed away peacefully on the 5th of July 2024, aged 90 years. And there will be, if you contact the family, there will be some details given as to how the gathering is going to be to celebrate his life. NZ 14724, Tito Raymond, Te Hanua Tua Koroheke, known as Ray. Joined as a boy to Antarctica, 57-58, crossed the bar on the 9th of July 2024, and a funeral service has been held for him. No service number. Alan John Forrest Bon Shotts. Oh, looks like he's passed away, born in Shotts, Scotland. Royal New Zealand Navy Volunteer Reserve and the Royal Navy, Lieutenant Commander, crossed the bar on the 9th of July, aged 92. A service to celebrate the life of John was held on Friday, the 12th of July. NZ 16785, Bruff, Ellen Peter, known as Bruffy, Royal New Zealand Navy, between 1960 and 1980 by the look of it, crossed the bar on the 8th of July 2024, and a service to celebrate Peter's life was held on Friday, the 12th of July. X-ray 17984, Carlson James, Royal New Zealand Navy, crossed the bar the 10th of July 2024. Joined in 1964 and left in 1984, 20 years service. There will be no funeral. Astley Michael Frank, known as Mike, Royal New Zealand Navy, crossed the bar on the 8th of July 2024. Further details are unavailable. NZ 15118, Spence, known as Bob, RNZN, Weapons Electrical Engineer, ex the Royalist and the Taranaki, crossed the bar on July the 5th, 2024, and a funeral service has been held for Bob. NZ 14871, Selwyn, Morris James, Seaman Boy, looks like third intake 53, RNZN, crossed the bar shortly after 9 a.m. on the 12th of July. Morris joined the 29th Seaman Boys. A service for Morris has been held. Whiskey 1079, Dawson Naira Josephine, JP. She was a Wren, formerly of Kaiapoi and Brooklands, crossed the bar peacefully on Monday, the 8th of July, 2024. And a private service will be held for her. The Army's last post, 42457, Y1 retired, Kevin M. Mitchell, RNZIR, passed away Monday, the 15th of July, in Tauranga, age 74. Kevin served in the Assault Pioneer section of 6th Ra NZ Anzac Battalion from May 69 to May 70. Kevin later, after retiring from the RF, joined the TF, becoming the SWI at 6 Hauraki. 347839, HT, Tom Harrison, NZ Regiment, passed away in the Buller Hospital, Westport, Friday, 12th of July, 2024. Tom served in Charlie Company, 1 NZ Regiment from November 61 to November 63. 41841, Sergeant Tuahini, JA, 4 Troop 1 Ranger Squadron, RNZASC, RNZIR, and NZSAS. Passed away on Monday, 15th of July, 2024, aged 87. The funeral for, I think it's John Albert, is on Saturday, the 20th of July, at Traditional Funerals, 17 Anzac Avenue, Redcliffe, Queensland, at 1 o'clock. John served in Borneo with one of the NZSAS detachments and later served in 2 detachment of 4 Troop in South Vietnam from November 69 to November 1970. So we offer our condolences to all of the family and friends for those who have passed. And as usual, if there's anything that we as an executive committee or association can do to assist, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. And if you're not a member of the local RSA, make contact with us and we'll help find someone at an RSA who will help you. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them. So there you go, folks. Short and sweet today. Not a lot going on. And remember to vote at the AGM. You need to be a member. I think it's only $20 to join up. So that'll get you a membership from end of June through till beginning of July next year. And if you're a new member who hasn't joined us before, there's a little gift package that comes out and we'll help you claim your position as a member of Ciava. So I look forward to catching up with those of you who can make it. I'll catch you here on Wednesday before the meeting in Auckland. And remember, it will also be an online meeting. And I think Morris is working on how that's going to work, and more details of that will be published when we can get hold of them. Also, to those who like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, thank you very much. Become one of the lucky people and like the button and subscribe down below. And thank you for doing that. It's good to see some people are joining us. Obviously, we're reaching a different audience all the time because we have, I think, something like 22 different Facebook groups we post this on, and potentially 26,000 servicemen and women across all three branches. So there you go. Nice to have had your company today, and we'll catch you next week. Take care, look after yourself, look after your mates, give them a ring, make sure that they're okay, and anything that can be done, make sure it is done to help them access whatever support from either the RSA or from Veterans Affairs. Thanks for your time. We'll catch you next week. Cheers.